Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Derp Your Hooves. So today I'm just going to do a really quick tutorial. I think I've been over this once before, but not everybody knows how to download third-party scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 or liveries. So today I'm just kind of going to go over scenery really quick. So if I go on the internet here, and I go to flightsim.to, which is where I prefer to go, I can come in here and I can say I want to search for, say, Nagasaki, because it's something I have interest in. So what I would do is I would sit here and I'd say, okay, well, which one do I want? And let's say airport enhanced. So I'd go ahead and it already says already downloaded because I've already downloaded it. But for everyone else, it would say download, and you'd click download, and then this thing pops up here, right? Your pre-window, because I don't upgrade to premium, even though I publish skins and stuff here. I'm not a robot. Start downloading file, and it's going to start downloading the file, and it's already right there. So then I can just close it because I have it, and I can open my downloads folder. See, and it's right there. Now, I already took a bunch of downloads, so I could just sit here, and it's going to be right there. And I'll say replace the file because there's already one in there. So these are your zip files. These are your files that are what you download from flightsim.to. And what you want to do is you want to download a program called 7-Zip or whatever program you want to use. I use 7-Zip. It's free. They never ask to charge later. And I just take what I want. So like I already undid Hiroshima. That's why the folders are here. And you can see there's a difference. And I use a details view because it shows me I can sort them by date because I have so many files. Or if you don't know how to use Windows 11, this is not a tutorial on how to use Windows 11. So I use the details view and it gives me a list and I sort it by date modified. And I just downloaded Hiroshima, right? And Nagasaki. So Hiroshima's there. So Nagasaki, I just go ahead and I take my mouse, okay, and I right click on Nagasaki and I go to show more options, and then it shows my 7-zip, and I select extract here, and then Nagasaki's going to be there. So that's how I download the file. Now I have one more thing. I have that and that. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, K's, so I want this one. I also want, these are just files I downloaded earlier, and I'm going to do the same thing. All I do is I can, one time, left click on it so it highlights. Then I right click on it so I get the drop down menu. I go to show more options on the bottom. I select 7-zip, and I want to extract it here. So now that that's all good and fun, and that's right there, what I want to do is I want to go and I want to take the non-zip files, not the zip files, but we want to take the non-zip files because like if I open it real fast, and by the way, I already scanned everything with my antivirus program. I highly recommend, even though flightsim.to says that they, don't put out, virusy files. Okay, so it's showing me content info. All the files that are important are there. So you don't want to drop the zipped file into your community folder. And you might say, well, Pony, how do you get to your community folder? And I'll include a link in the description of the video that you can follow that shows you, depending on what version of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 you have installed, what the location of your community folder is. I happen to know where mine is, and mine is going to be up data. And then you go to roaming. And then you go to Microsoft Flight Simulator Packages Community. And here's your community folder. So see how I have that window right there too, and I'm just going to open up my downloads in a new window. And I'm going to stack them like this so I know what I'm doing. And you notice how this is obviously in detail. Well, this is in an icon view, and this is again in a list view. So I'm just going to go here, and I'm going to go to my folder named Japan, and we're going to find, we had Nagasaki, but we're going to do Nagasaki, Hiroshima, that one, and this one. We're going to drag them into the Move community right there in the community folder. And now they're all here. So they weren't here before. The sim was using stock sim airports. And what we're going to do is we're just going to load in and go check out those airports. So we're going to check out Nagasaki to start and see if there's a difference, and then maybe go to Hiroshima. So I'm just going to close out these windows, and I'm going to launch the sim, and instead of everyone waiting to see how long the sim takes to load, I'm just going to cut right to it. Okay, so now we're back. The sim is loaded, and I have an aircraft loaded, and we can go ahead and we can just start our flight. So we're already in my hangar. We go back to welcome, click on the world map, and let's go to Japan because that's where these countries are. Now I said I downloaded Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Now Nagasaki does not look very cloud friendly today, but we're gonna go ahead and load in at Nagasaki. Set as departure and fly. You know what? We're gonna fly to Hiroshima too. Well, let's just do this. Let's just do one at a time, not jump the gun. So now we're gonna get our loading screen for our beautiful brand new scenery, and this is the first time that I've entered into the sim. So while it's loading, hopefully I have time to say this and it just doesn't overrun me. Looks like it's going to overrun me. Well, a lot of people would say that you should delete the default airport if you're going to replace it with something else. And so I'm going to say you have to make sure, are you downloading a full airport or are you downloading an enhancement? So you need to read that in the description, because if you're just downloading an enhancement, then, and this takes a minute to load, if you're downloading just an enhancement, then you can't really delete the default airport. So we have our Christmas iPad, here's our Christmas unicorn, and I want to mute that. I'm just going over some quick settings in the helicopter. Oh look, and if you ever buy the H160 from High Performance Group, you can learn how to turn the settings down really quick for pre-flight. And we're just going to go in here, and I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to go to crew and payload, and I don't want everybody in the helicopter. And we're not really going that far, so we can leave the fuel at 16%. You're saying, wow, so you get 2 in 1. You get the how to take passengers out of the helicopter. You can change your fuel, say 50%. We're going to do it 16, 25. 25 sounds good. Go back to the home menu, go back to aircraft. Nope, that's the wrong one. We click that one, and then we have our autopilot. Awesome. And we just take a quick look around. Oh, and we're doing live player mode, everybody. And I left the name tags on, so hey, all these people are going to be in here. And here is the add-on scenery. So you can look around and you can see, oh look, and I guarantee you that this looks 1,000 times better than the stock solo scenery. Now, I didn't really go in to show you the stock Asobo scenery. I've seen it a million times. I'm trying to kind of save some time on this video and not make it, the usual half an hour long pony videos. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to lift off. And we're going to do a big no-no, which is to fly around the airport on a sightseeing tour. Okay, landing gear. So proper. Okay. British voice for a French helicopter. Whatever makes you happy. So, I can tell you, just from how many times that I've flown out of this airport, that this is a huge improvement. And I mean a huge improvement. And right now, you know what? Let's just do it. Landing gear. My landing gear's up, my dear. Okay. And the lights are off. There we go. That's how I prefer to have it. So it's not so robotic. Now, this isn't really a tutorial on the H160, but I'm using it, and there's the cat. Cat's checking out the scenery, too. I am telling you right now that the scenery here in Nagasaki is a huge upgrade to the Asobo. And if you don't believe me, go ahead and load in the stock Nagasaki scenery. And then you might say, well, if you ever want to fly out of here, that you know where to get awesome free scenery that you don't have to pay for from a third-party developer. Now, again, you can donate, and sometimes I do, if I really like the stuff, because developers need to eat too, even if it's a hobby. And we also downloaded the town of Nagasaki, because, well, again, I kind of didn't want to just see the stock footage, or the stock Asobo stuff. And you say, well, again, why, Pony, why? And because sometimes, especially when you're dealing with the photogrammetry, and everybody seems to love the melty buildings in photogrammetry, that this, when people spend the time to actually hand make all the buildings, and it does take lots of time to do this, you get non-melty buildings. And when you're flying helicopters, it makes a huge difference to have something nice to look at where there's less, post-apocalyptic looking stuff, like the plasticky buildings that have been left out in the sun way too long. Okay, so we're here, and we're just going to go ahead, and I guess we could fly back to Nagasaki. I mean, we're in a helicopter, so technically we could land anywhere we want. Gears down, landing lights on. Shouldn't you call it in, Pony? Yeah, I should. Let's check and make sure our landing gears are down. Not till I see 3 green. 3 green. Awesome. Alright, and we're doing this the old-fashioned scary pony way. Now, you can literally... this helicopter's great. I'm just going to do a sloppy landing. Really sloppy landing. This helicopter is great. The other HPG helicopters are also great, so I guess I'm doing them a little favor by mentioning this. Because these Airbus helicopters have an autopilot and they have auto stability, and right now I put it on manual because I like it to be a little less stiff, I guess would be the best way to put it. And this one has wheels, so you can land it with wheels and not have to drag the skids. Oh, look, and I came down too hard. You collided with an object, so sometimes doing it manually is better. So we're just going to go back to the main menu, and we're going to go to Hiroshima. So that crash was great. It helped. Yes, I want to go back. All right. So, see, even I make mistakes when I'm in a hurry. And it is really easy to crash these helicopters. So we downloaded Nagasaki. And now we want to go to Hiroshima, so Hirosh, and it'll show me. And set his departure. And let's fly it. And yes, it's going to take... if I want to get rid of the passengers, it's going to take time. And so we're just going to use the same helicopter and fly around. And hey, everybody, you got to see me actually crash in a video. And it does happen. It does happen. I've crashed many times. Have to be very careful when you're flying helicopters. Soft landings, slow landings. Below 20 knots is usually recommended. Okay, so we're just waiting for the place to load, for the scenery to load. And again, it's one of the first times the sim is processing this, so usually when you download something the first time and you plop it in, for whatever reason it takes a sim, sometimes a couple moments to, I guess, process all the new files, which would make sense to me. And here we are, we're in our awesome pony copter, and I just want to wait for everything to load. All my HPG aircrafts do this. Not so sure. I mean, I've got one of the best video cards on the market, so it's not like it's a video card issue. Alright, and what do we do? So we're going to go into crew and payload. I just don't want an aircraft full of people. And so I just click on them. Come on. Faster, faster, pony. It's hard to work a mouse with hooves. Alright. I can just zoom in and make it fast. So I'm giving you all this extra stuff that's in here. And I'm just showing you the two airports really quick. We're going to close the door. Don't need the door open. See? Big fat hooves on a little iPad. 25% fuel. Sounds great. And we're going to go home. And I want my autopilot back on. And then I want that view. And this is not a tutorial on the helicopter. And then I want the annoying terrain voice off. Okay, awesome. So we're here. We're there. And we're going to go check out Hiroshima. So let's go ahead and release our parking brake. And I'll just have a little bit of fun with this helicopter while I can. And see, it rolls. It's on wheels. It rolls. It's on wheels. Awesome. And normally, you know, you'd want to wait for clearance and do all that stuff. But not today. Not today, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Not today. Okay, and again, we're just going to do this and hopefully you don't crash. Manual, because I like it to roll. I like it to pitch and roll and control my own pitch and roll. But I do... Well, I'm going to go into this helicopter in a tutorial video soon. And I'll explain all that when I get there. So, gears up. And landing lights off. And this thing just moves like it's no one's business. This is a great helicopter. See, I'm already doing 80 knots and I'm barely even, you know, pulled up on the collective. And I know, you're saying, well, wouldn't it be better if it was stable, pony? Well, it would, you know. Landing gear. Alright, here we go. And I'm just telling you, this is leaps and bounds from the stock scenery. Just leaps and bounds. Landing gear. Landing gear. Okay. And let's just go that way. So we're just going to kind of look at the airport. We're not really going to go check out the town. That's another video. But you can see right here. I mean, this is just highly detailed, and I guarantee you, if you guys doubt me, launch the sim. Landing gears down, landing lights on. If you doubt me, launch the sim. check out these two airports, then go download the files from flightsim.to, just how I showed you how to do it, and put them in, and you can compare yourself, just because we're doing a quick video, quick pony tutorial. So again, 7-zip every pony, that's your friend. Use whatever program you like. If you want to pay for WinZip, I remember the days of being a younger colt and not having to pay for WinZip. But that's when I blow the dust off myself. So I refuse to pay for a program that was once free, and when there's so many better alternatives out there. Alright, so let's see if Pony can do the landing without crashing, just to see if I can. I've only flown this helicopter a million times. Okay. So if I bring her down gently and I level her out, and maybe look at the ground a little bit.
Iwakuni approach Japan Air 435 is at 10,900 feet descending 6,000 feet.
Vertical speed's too much.
Japan Air 435 Iwakuni approach altimeter 30.03 radar.
You have to be gentle with her. Gentle, or it'll say that you collided with an object, Pony. Then floaty as we come in. Gentle and floaty. And down. Landing gear. Okay. Gentle. Lower. Gentle. And put her down gently so I don't get you collided with an object. Ta-da! See, I can fly a helicopter. I know I can fly a helicopter. Well, in the sim. And there we are. And we'll just taxi out of here. So, again, 7-zip every pony. 7-zip. Great little program. It'll help you decompress files. And again, I'm just going to say this. In my opinion, long gone are the days of using your computer without antivirus. If you want to use your Windows Defender, that's on you. Some people say it's great. I say it's great for having standard antivirus software on your computer. But this is also not a computer tutorial, so we're going to set the parking brake and we're going to go to an external view. Awesome! See, and there we are. And we're on the ground. And there's Dizzy Fiber 7378. There's F11E, 111E, which I haven't downloaded yet. And there you go. So there's the scenery. And that's how you do it. And I'm just going to end it at that. And I'm going to say, as I always say, hey, every pony, if you like what you saw, if you like what you saw, feel free to turn the volume down on the Robo ATC controller so that they don't talk over you throughout your entire video, and we can end it. So if you like what you saw, whether you find it informative, funny, horrible, whatever, feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Derp Your Hooves. Share my videos. I appreciate all my viewers, and I know, hey, I haven't been feeling well lately, and my life has been really busy, but without the excuses, I'm still making videos, especially because I'm stuck at home right now. And again, thank you for watching Derp Your Hooves, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the skies.